What's going on, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to have more of a discussion topic, and that's whether New Balance is becoming too hype.
Till the sun just won't rise and heaven's under eyes. I'm living to die for you, there ain't none after you.
So I study sneakers. I'm always looking at shoes. Obviously I feel like I have a PhD in New Balance at this point. New Balance is what I focus on the most and really all I care about. And I'm looking around in day-to-day life. I make shoe contact before I make eye contact with a person. So if I see you walking down the street, I'm looking at your shoes before I even look at your face, because I know just about everything I need to know by just looking at your shoes. So I'm very observant, and I'm always looking at new shoes and style trends that people are wearing. So I went back to school back in like August. It's now almost October. And I'm always looking at what kids my age are wearing in college. And I've seen a lot of New Balance recently, so I'm here to talk about, like, is New Balance becoming too hype and mainstream? So obviously me, I've been wearing New Balance for 4 or 5 years now. I feel like I was there before the super hype train. New Balance has slowly been snowballing a hype train as far as people buying their shoes. If you would have asked somebody 10 years ago my age, are you wearing New Balance? No, not a chance. Even myself would say no way. But as time's progressing, people are looking at New Balance as a very valid option. And I'm thinking this is a great thing, because it is. The New Balances that I see a lot are a lot of 574s, a lot of 530s, you even see some 740s out there. You get the occasional 990, but most of the time they don't even know what they got on their feet. They just wear it because it's comfortable. But there's a lot of shoes out there that are made by New Balance that are being worn by both male and female. And that's how I know it's kind of like, okay, like, people are actually interested in New Balance, which is great. Now, the real question is there's a difference between hype and mainstream. So mainstream, when I say that, it's like, okay, the girl in my class is wearing a pair of 530s. Like, that's mainstream. There's no hype behind it. They just wear it because they saw the girl next to them wearing them and they think it's cute and comfortable and they just beat them up, right? That's what that is. Hype is where a New Balance is so hyped up and, like, you can't get a pair and everybody's wearing them in a sense that they're like a high fashion aspect to it. Like the Action Bronson Baklava, like, that was a hyped up collab. Everybody wanted it. It goes for thousands of dollars. That struck a little fear in me, like, oh, is New Balance gonna be the new hype thing? And am I not gonna be able to get the pairs that I thought I could get in this little niche market of New Balance? I'm not going after Jordan 4s and all these Travis Scott collabs, so I thought New Balance was safe and I would be able to cop all these pairs I want. So those are the two differences between hype and mainstream. So we'll break into mainstream first. Mainstream is people just rocking New Balance because they're comfortable and they like the way they look and they're trying to stand out almost, even though everyone else has got them on too. I love to see it. I really do. I love to see, people that have no care for sneakers rocking New Balance. You see the 574 a lot. You see the 530 a lot. I've seen the 530 a lot. Mainly on women. I really haven't seen a dude wear a pair of 530s. But like, I was in class the other day and I'm working on this group project and there's these 3 girls in my group and they were talking about New Balance sneakers. And she was like, oh yeah, like, she had a pair of 530s on. She was like, oh, I love these so much. These are so comfortable. I just beat them up all day. And she complimented the girl sitting next to me. She's like, oh, I love your 9060s. They were like these actually really cool red and white 9060s. And they were just talking about New Balance. And I'm sitting there with the Survival Pack 990 V4s that are like $500 to $800. And I'm just sitting there just like biting my tongue, just not saying anything because I didn't want to be like, oh, I know everything about New Balance. I was just sitting there just kind of laughing to myself, like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny how these girls were talking about New Balance. They have no idea who I am as far as this channel and stuff. So people are starting to wear New Balance a lot. People are understanding what the brand is about, the quality, the comfort, and the amazingness of the brand, really simply put. Now to break into like the hype part of it, is New Balance becoming too hype? Is our market of awesome New Balance people being invaded? And the answer to that, the short answer is no, I really don't think so. I just entered in the raffle for the 992 Tiger Eye, which I thought was going to be a tough grab, and it wasn't. A lot of you guys hit on them, and you reached out to me and told me that. Expect a review soon, whenever I get them. But I think pairs like that should be super hyped up, and they're not. They're not hyped up just because people are so focused on these lame, unexciting, just boring, like just not fun collabs that are, I don't have time to care for a Jordan 4. Yeah, they might be great shoes and they probably look awesome on a lot of people, but they're not exciting me. They're not making me want to spend $220 on those shoes. And that's exactly what New Balance is doing. It just keeps reeling us in, and not necessarily in a hype way, but just like you get hooked. It's a quality and just excellence. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. Like, it's just pulling us in, not because we want to be hype and be cool and fit in. It's because we just genuinely can't stop rocking the brand. When you wear a 990 V4, why would you want to wear anything else that's not to that level? You know, a 992, a 990 V6, like, how could you go back to a Jordan after that? Go back to a Nike Dunk? Like, it's almost impossible. You know, that's what I went through. I used to wear those, and then I was like, I bought a V5, and like, I am never, ever, ever wearing this shoe again, as far as Nikes and stuff. But I don't think New Balance will ever become too hype, because I think they're spreading themselves out so much to the point where they're building here in lifestyle, building in athletics, and they're just building these pillars so far stretched out, and they're not sacrificing anything in between. They're pleasing everybody. So it's not like there's this huge sneakerhead, like diehard sneakerhead, like your typical, you know, like sneakers like person. They're being pushed out to other places. Jordan's taking them apart, Nike, Adidas, whatever. New Balance is pleasing everyone to the exact satisfaction, and they're able to not become overhyped and washed out, because they're always creating new silhouettes. Like the 204, like I'll say it again, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, is gonna take over the world. And all these girls and these guys, they're gonna be rocking this shoe a lot. Like my brother just bought a pair of 204s, and he loves them. So New Balance is doing a great job of balancing all aspects of their brand, pleasing everybody to a point where it can never be overhyped. New Balance has its diehard sneakerhead fans like me, where I like these cool collabs, this Carhartt V1, the Survival Pack, and then you got like the people that love the colors, you got, which is also applies to me, the Bronson pairs. Then you got your everyday driver, you got your 574s, your 530s, will soon be the 204. And then yeah, you could go over to the fashion people and say, look, the 204 will fit in there. And then you got the 990 that balances on all of them. New Balance does it so well, and they know exactly when to pull shoes. You know, like the 990 V4 had a great run. Okay, let's pull it away and go put in something else like a 992. And that way we switch those, and then in 5 years when we're ready for the V4 back, we'll be thirsty for it. New Balance will never be overhyped. I don't think New Balance will ever be like super hyped up to a point where it ruins it for the real people like us and the fans. So I'm not worried about that, and it's always going to be great to see it hit mainstream markets and see people just rocking New Balance, just simply because they like the comfort and the looks and the little dad shoe aesthetic, right? I think New Balance will stay where it's at and perfect, and continue to grow their market and just keep biting down and fighting giants, you know? I think they'll keep taking down swings at those big top dogs like Nike, and I think people are starting to realize that. So if you guys have any questions, or let me know your opinions, leave them in the comment below. Tiger Eye review, like I said, coming soon, so look forward to that. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.